I hope y'all can hear me okay, because the last time I said that they couldn't really hear me. So I hope you guys can hear me. Here, she's back. That's my daughter. Say hi.
Hi.
This is Elizabeth. We call her Lizzie for short. My son is at school right now. We're sitting here watching Where the Gumball. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're sitting here chilling out, not doing much. And just chilling out. Today is my best friend's brother's birthday. I guess you could say he's my brother too. It's his birthday today, so it's going to be an epic celebration later on tonight. Stop, Liz. Later on today, so everybody's going to be here who knew him turning up. No fighting, none of that. If you do that, you got to go in that order, in that order, in that order. In the words of Mama D from Love and Hip Hop, in that order, in that order, in that order. Ain't gonna be none of that fighting, none of that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing today. Yesterday was okay. It wasn't a real turn up, but it was cool. It was mellow. It was nice. It was nice. Um. So yeah, I just thought I'd hit y'all with something.
Hey.
She ain't no shy bone in her body. Now she want to get all shy. So yeah. Let's see. What can I talk about? I'm supposed to be talking about the birth of my children. Well, my son, who is 7 now, who decided to grace our presence on this earth June 5th, 2009, which he was supposed to have been here in like May, maybe May 5th or something like that. But he didn't get here. He didn't decide to come until June. So I was a month and 3 days overdue, which was torture. It was horror. My my feet swelled up as big as pizza puffs. I was freaking huge. So I was happy to get him up out of there. With him, I was just really emotional, constantly crying and depressed, and just didn't know what I was gonna do once he got here. But I had the support of my auntie at the time. Rest in peace to her. She's deceased. I had her support. I had my mom. I had my cousins. I had my brothers. So it was pretty okay. I got through it pretty okay. And then a couple of that's following that the month, and he was born 2009. My daughter was born 2012. So 2 years later, I had my daughter, Elizabeth Heister. She was not as bad of a pregnancy as my son. With her, I was just mostly just angry. I always wanted to fight her father all the time. Like I just couldn't stand him. And what was weird about it was she would know when he was coming over because every time he would come over without even letting us know he was coming over, she would go in my belly and be going crazy, kicking and just going crazy. And sure enough, as they say, shit stinks. Her daddy walked right through the door. Every time it never fell. It was only one time that it fell through, but majority of the time he was coming through. So yeah, I would have to say if you ask me whose pregnancy was more difficult, it would have to be my son because he came out 10 pounds pretty out, looking like a 1 year old baby. Yeah, he was pretty big. My daughter, she was like 7 pounds. I want to say 7 pounds, 5 or 6 ounces. She was a lot littler, but she was more advanced than he was. She was only like 2 or 3 days old, and she was in the little incubator thingy, and she was trying to get up out of there. Got on her hands and knees and like, let me up out of here. It's time for me to see the world. I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm ready to do what I got to do. And from that time until now, she still is like she's really really smart. I can't knock her for being smart, but it's a blessing and a curse. I know it's going to be a blessing and a curse because she doesn't mean to talk sassy, but it comes off as sass. But I don't believe it's her being sassy. It's just the way she talks. So I'm trying to correct it the best way I know how to get her to what's all that way to get her to bring it down a little bit. I was just talking to her. She has to go to that got destroyed. So yeah, that's pretty much my two pregnancies in a nutshell. It was pretty. My son was the hardest. My daughter was pretty easy. As far as the emotion goes, they was both on the same level. With my son, with him, I was more of the crier and what am I gonna do and the depressed. With her, it was more I was tricky. I was more aggressive with her than I was with my son. My son, I was more emotional. I was more crying. And with her, it was more I know what I do and I know type of stuff. So yeah, but I'm glad they're here. Oh, my son had to stay in the hospital for about a week because he had jaundice. So he had to stay in the hospital for a week. That added on to my depression that I already suffered with, and on top of that, I got postpartum on top of it. So it was like just everything piled in one. It was crazy. Like, ugh. I'm just glad that that's over. That I don't have to go through it again because I'm not having no more kids. I'm 31. I'm gonna be 32 in less than a week. My birthday coming up April 4th. I'm gonna be the big 32. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. But other than that, how has motherhood been for me? A challenge, a blessing, headache, stress. But all in all, I can say I'm blessed because they didn't have to be here. So I'm blessed with my two babies. I love them to death. They get on my nerves, but you kids don't get on their parents' nerves. I'm sure when I was little, I know for a fact when I was little, I got on my nerves. But the difference between them and me is I listen to my mother. My kids, they barely listen to me. They think they know everything. If you don't know nothing, if you know so much, why I ain't get a job and help me pay some bills? You feel what I'm saying? Go help me pay some bills. Don't you think you know it all? Y'all job is to listen to me, do what I say, do. Go to school, get an education, because you don't need a job right now. Go to school, get good grades, and just make me proud. And so I'm trying to instill that in them. I'm trying to teach that in them since they've been gone. I've got time to think about methods and ways of going about approaching them without constantly hollering at them or without having to whoop. So I'm trying to talk more gentle to them. I'm trying to, give them a chance to feel like they're involved in everyday life and involved in how they get disciplined. Giving them the option. Like just an example, my son, I called him Sunday. He had just got back here, and he was in the refrigerator in the kitchen. No, he ain't supposed to be in, and I just told him I'm cooking you food. It's in the oven. You just have to wait till it gets there. Busted him red handed, y'all, right in the refrigerator. His face was like, he wasn't expecting me to come out because I came out the room. I was going to throw something away. And I busted him right there in the kitchen, in the refrigerator. Like, really? You just got back here and you starting already? Really? For real? So I didn't holler, and I know what he was expecting me to do. He was expecting me to holler and go crazy, like, get your ass out the kitchen. I'm finna whoop you, woo woo. But I didn't do that. I tricked him this time. I was more calmer. I was more gentle with him. I said, now you know you ain't supposed to be in the refrigerator. And I asked him, what are you doing in the refrigerator? He got stuck. He couldn't answer the question. So I'm going to ask you again. What are you doing in the refrigerator? You got 5 seconds, I said. 5. Okay, okay. I was looking for some ice because I wanted some water. I said, then, you know the ice is in the freezer, not the refrigerator. Come again with another story. He tried to go on me, y'all. He tried to get me. But I'm smarter than that. So he said, that's what he said. I said, okay. What do you think your punishment, your consequence should be for this act? What do you think it should be? I gave him the option. I gave him the choice to pick his punishment. That's what I'm going to start doing to my children. I'm going to let them pick what punishment fits the crime for them. So I asked him, he said, go in the room. He stood there for like two seconds, just staring at me. And I stared at him back. I didn't say nothing to him. I just stared at like, okay, then go in the room. That's what he did there. Before he could get to the room, I asked him, what else are you supposed to be doing? Once you get in the room, what are you supposed to do? He said, stay in the room, don't come out the room, and sit down. I said, yeah. That's what you do. You don't come out until I say come out. And even then, you ain't got to come out unless you use the bathroom because I'm just going to bring you your food in the room. And that's what happened. I brought them their food in the bedroom. And that was that. But for the most part, my daughter, she's been doing pretty cool. Her problem is she tends to like to come out the room when I'm doing adult things. If you get what I'm saying, adult things. She likes to come out the room and be nosy, see who's in the house, to see what I'm doing. So that's the only problem I have really with her. She doesn't listen either. But I didn't have too much of a hassle with her. So my best friend told me this is what I should do, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. They're craving for my attention, so I need to give them more attention, which I'm going to do. So I did it yesterday. I left the front room. I came in the bedroom. I laid in the bed with them. I talked with them. I told them the strategies and the things that we're going to do differently, that we're going to work at. It's not going to take effect right away. I'm not saying that it is, but if we keep practicing at it and if we keep working at it, I know it will get better and better and better to the point where I don't have to tell them nothing. They just know what to do. So that's what we talked about. And I looked over. Next thing I knew, my son was asleep. My daughter, however, she's not that quick to go to sleep. But I gave her my phone so that way she could stay in the room. And I stayed out till maybe 2 in the morning. Then I came in the room. She was still woke. She's my night owl. She don't go to sleep when her brother go to sleep. She go to sleep on her own clock. And I know I need to reset that. And I'm gonna work on that too because she's going to school this shit. She'll be 5 and she's going to somebody's school come September of next year. She getting up out my house. So yeah. So other than that, I can say the first couple of days, because they came back Sunday. I had that incident with Daniel. Yesterday was pretty okay. I didn't have to holler at all. I very rarely had to say anything to them at all yesterday. So they were pretty good. So she's doing good right now because he's at school. So we're gonna see what happens. Like I said, they're supposed to be having a little get together, a little party for my brother. Rest in peace. Happy birthday, Dirty D. To him for his birthday. Plus, it was my best friend's birthday Sunday, and then it was my other brother's birthday not too long ago. So they're gonna turn up. I'm not gonna be out there all night because I still gotta get him up and get him ready for school the next day. But I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of the festivities, just a little bit, not too much, and do it like that. And I'll keep y'all updated and posted about their behavior and how we're coming along and working things out. So yeah, as usual, like I said, I'm gonna try to give y'all the videos. If I don't do it every day, I'm gonna try to give y'all videos every other day. Today I just decided to go ahead and just pop on here and just make a video for y'all because I know I've been gone, been like MIA. How you gonna create a YouTube channel and you never own a YouTube channel? True, that's some true stuff. So yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna be back down. You feel me? Making y'all some videos talking about everyday life, motherhood, relationships, my kids, all types of stuff. May put my kids in the video once or twice. I don't know, depending on how I feel about that. So with that being said, there's nothing else I really have to talk about. Maybe tomorrow's video, because I'm gonna do one tomorrow. Tomorrow's video will be about relationships, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the in betweens, the how women can be hot TCHs sometimes and we don't realize, and how niggas can be creeps. And I understand that sometimes we are emotional creatures and we just want y'all to listen and just be understanding and be compassionate. That's it. That's all. Spend some time with us. Make us feel like we worth something. Don't keep begging for stuff. Don't keep asking for mine. So, with that being said, I want to tell y'all love. Keep y'all head up. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep God first. Stay motivated and stay humble. I'll check y'all later. Love you. Bye.